Hey people, Injured here, 3v3, Estia Province, blue team. We have beatSTV with a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. We got the Black Templars elite scheme with that bucket helm. Alongside is Piluco with a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support, fights in melee combat, begins with a refractor shield. And rounding us off on this blue team is Mimema with a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and blood axes, the elite scheme. Red team then, Ordo KO as an Apothecary, support hero that fights in melee combat, by default begins with a target heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Got some blood ravens alongside, he's been naughty. It's two Chaos Sorcerers. First up is Helibrate with some Black Legion, and we've got OHUEVATORus with some more Black Legion. This guy, there was a player long time ago called OHUEVATORus. I think I have casts of this player on my channel from like 2011. Is it the same guy? It must be. It's the same name. If so, that's crazy. What is he doing back? Why are loads of people coming back these days? I've got a cast of I've got replays of Choco Bambas playing recently, which is a crazy thought with his Warp Spider Exarch. Anyway, I forgot to tell you about this Chaos Sorcerer. I was getting too excited about these players coming back. He's a disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation, and he's ready to roll for the Black Legion. Being chased here by a Lord Commissar. There's some sneaky Tzeentchian worship. Force Commander seems so upset that he couldn't see those CSM anymore to smack them. Got some scouts here without capes, which is a rare sight these days. Got some shotguns though. Oh, heretics go down over here, surrounded by orcs. These fellas with burners up. That's a nasty doom box though. Can really turn the tide in these early engagements. But Chaos have been pushed back in the mid. These scouts getting very close. Very excited about those shotguns. For those who don't realise, by the way, they don't have capes because this is not a higher rank army. As you play games, you get XP, which ranks up your army and gives you aesthetic upgrades. Like over here, I'm not sure what rank you get capes at. It's been a while. Raptors on the way for Helibrate and OHUEVATORus with Noise Marines on the way. Mimema with some looters coming up, and Catechans for Piluco. The Apothecary's got a customized Stormbolter, can use that to mess with the Force Commander, who just seem to kind of abandon the west side for now. Both with just tax. A slow start, as it often is for Space Marine players in a 3v3. They so often just don't get that second scout squad up on what's something a little bit beefier. Double scouts with shotguns and sergeants and stuff can do so much for you. Of course, you are expending power and you need them to pay that back with results. But it can be nasty. Lord Commissar here running away from bolter fire, can't really blame him. He's got his shield up. And Catechans enter the scene with a big old grenade launcher barrage. There's a raptor jump. These guys will suppress on landing. Bad news for those guardsmen. Not only will they be ripped up in melee combat, but the other fellas who aren't in melee can't shoot because they're suppressed. Lord Commissar barely gets away. Catechans do have power melee damage, but they're taking too much bolter fire there. Sorcerer is also in melee with them. Raptors, I think, around 30 DPS melee PvP damage. I'm not sure what the DPS actually in melee of Catechans is. Those power melee kicks and knife stabs that they do. Here comes the Force Commander. Went down, I guess. I just saw the red resource marker on him. Did he go down? Maybe I'm just imagining things. Scouts with a sergeant now. Gives them a fragmentation grenade, but they don't want them first. You don't want them in first contact with the army like that. With the enemy, I should say. Taking a bunch of fire, but they did get away without a model loss. Now using a shot blocker. Force Commanders in amongst some Assault Marines. But they turn their attention to the scouts. They can drop models quite fast. Under just a few squads fire scouts. Down to 2 there. As I said, just you don't want them at the front of your army typically. You want them following up with their shotguns and stuff. Ready to counter-initiate any melee squads. Here's the Lord Commissar with Aura of Discipline. Healing up all those other fellas there. We've got some spotters, and I believe... Yeah, look at this. These guys have new models now. In 2.9.2. What is going on with their hair? Are they just balding, or are they meant to have hats on? I'm not sure what's happening there. haven't seen full auto use yet. It must have been 363 to 500. Big old suppression from the Raptors. They have coruscating flame on them from the Sword of Flame, quite aptly named. Leveling up there some CSM. Tier 2 for beatSTV, who got no other units up in Tier 1. There's the full auto on a Scout Sergeant. Almost took the squad out. Who needs cover? We have power armor, these guys are saying. The Scouts don't though. They only have their little bolters. The Scouts should have been used, I think, to like decap this rep point and stuff. Oh no, beatSTV actually wiped those, lost those Scouts. Tons of Dakar on the east side from the Orks. We got looters. We have upgraded shooter boys and sluggers ready to burn things. Leveling up the Lord Commissar here, I think, with the no. Did not get leveled from the revive. Warboss has no war gear. Lord Commissar with a power sword now. 327 to 500 on the old VP counter. Some Dakar for the gens. Decapping the wreck point, and they already have that power over there on the eastern edge. Noise Marines with their Sonic Blaster can shut down the ranged weaponry of the shooter boys, but they need to avoid the Warboss getting it into melee, of course. They took him down though. Awesome play from the Sorcerer. Fired off a Doom Bolts, then teleported in and immediately did a special attack, it looked like. That was crazy. Looks pretty badass. Can he get away from death though? Looks like he's going to get out of there. This Sorcerer's busy capping. Here we go. Some suppression there from the looters and their death gun, but Chaos are streaming through, and Noise Marines very good at taking down your power gens and messing up your economy. West side we have some upgraded tactical marines. beatSTV needs to get something on the field here. Got a sergeant and a plasma gun, which is good for fighting heavy armor, but you need bodies right now. Got some assault marines of Ordo jumping in. Good place to jump alongside these Raptors here. Catechans are not using their melee weapons. We see a smoke grenade going off earlier. Gives them some range damage reduction. I think it's 50% and full suppression immunity. It's handy when Raptors are jumping on you. Raptors are getting beaten up here. Wow. Catechans alongside the Commissar just decimated them and they're gone. That's what power melee can do for you. And of course those guys getting supported by the Aura of Discipline. Well played, Piluco. Pounced on them there and got it done. We have double CSM for Helibrate now into Tier 2. OHUEVATORus, or however you say this word, I could never say it, even in 2011. Has now gone Tier 2. Dreadnought on the way for beatSTV, who has now capped up the west side, but here's a whole bunch of Marines to deal with. And I don't think they're going to be able to. Force Commander's going to fall if he's not careful. Assault Marines could have finished him off, keeping these Tactical Marines in play way too long. And they drop, wow, 3 models. Only the Sergeant gets away. That's heavy losses for Beats, although they have tons of requisition to reinforce things. I don't think there's any power for them to build. Nope. Maybe we should get some tax up. Hey, here we go. Tactical Marines are on the way. We've got Plasma Gun Guardsmen. Spotters dropping their smoke. Shell. What is that? Stern Guard coming in? Yep, Stern Guard coming in for Ordo. And there's the Tier 2 for Helibrate, the last player to go. There is the Dreadnought too. From beatSTV. Starts off as a melee walker with this wrist-mounted flamer. Will do splash damage and has melee resistance. Really bad news for everything in Ordo's army. If it moves, you got to walk forward, buddy. beatSTV, I believe, a newer player, judging from the lack of scout capes. We got more tax, triple tax here, and a Dreadnought. I mean, in a 3v3, nothing wrong with that composition. Shoot everything, smack it with a Dreadnought. Sorcerer now with a Rod of Warp Fire. We have Eternal War for these 2 CSM, but no marks, no aspiring champion. And these guys are taking loads of Dakar. Warboss charges in, puts Ard Boys on himself from the global bar, and has a Power Claw. 95 DPS heavy melee, just straight up damage, nothing else it does. And Angry Bits, which is that charge you just saw. Gets rid of them, but they're still in place. Sluggers on a chase. They have their Nob Leader, and he has a 65 DPS power melee weapon and a chunk of health, and down he goes, just as I was picking him up. The curse of injured strikes. They didn't even seem to do anything. CSM just turned and looked at him and he fell over. Drop pod of some kind. With Marines maybe turning into Stern Guard from Ordo. Here are the Marines. I don't see a Sergeant purchase immediately. Doesn't mean it's not happening. What was that? Was that a Catachin? I think it was a Catachin grenade barrage. Wow, those Marines got wrecked. Drop pod goes down. They bash the power. The Dreadnought now has a multi-melter. Not an upgrade you see that often, but it's a really good weapon. Downside is that you have to get this Dreadnought close, and in a 3v3, trying to get your Walker close with no melee resist can be a death sentence. I mean, Walkers rarely make it to tier 3 in a 3v3 match. There's just so much great anti-vehicle out there when you're fighting 3 players potentially at once. That can be really bad. Force Commander's got no war gear to have these plasma attacks. The other fellas, all 3 with plasma guns. Let us blob cap this power. Missile launcher up here to try and deal with the Dreadnought. We've got some Mark of Tzeentch CSM from Helibrate. Dark Flames teleport. And a really good special. Seems to get those specials when he needs to, doesn't he, the Sorcerer? Gone to level 4 now. Lots of painful fire for the Guardsmen. I think some Guardsmen were just wiped out there. There's only one of them now for Piluco. Catachin's getting way too close to things. Not sure what this Lord Commissar was doing. Oh, Inspire Terror. Did it not work? I'm not sure. Didn't seem to do damage. These fellas are decapping under infiltration for Ordo Ab KO, which I'm sure means something. Dreadnought needs some repairs here for beatSTV. No, has no scouts though. Chaos Terminates in the field for OHUEVATOR. Don't know if I remember this player playing Elite, because I was still casting retail games back in 2011, 2012, which is when I remember them from. Maybe they have. So some of this stuff may be new to them. This map may be new to them. One of mine, of course, added, what, 2015 or something? So long ago that I made this map. Got some Stormtroopers for Piluco. Assault kit is in. Weird Boy on the way for mimema. 244 to 384 on the VPs. 2-to-1 cap for red team. Helibrate needs to get some stuff on the field. No upgrades yet for the Terminators. Warboss is persuaded to leave by a Sorcerer. Cyborg implants. There's that teleport again. Damage over time helps get him down from the Sword of Flame. There's that Weird Boy. Sub-commander for Orks. Great at dealing with blobs of enemy infantry, which is what they're seeing over here. And stuns, of course, are a Terminator's nightmare because they can't retreat out of them, just use them as a sitting duck. Those Marines do not want to be leading an army, and they paid for it there. The submarine jump. Clubbing up their units a little bit here. Piluco is so hard not to do though. You generally want to take the shortest route to something to attack it, which of course tends to blob things up. This is a massive army of red here though. You have armor of the Apothecary doing its thing with advanced healing. Even healing these heretics over here. Level 3 CSM. And more for OHUEVATOR, but no marks. We do have marks for Helibrate though. Don't have those aspiring champions with their fancy plasma guns yet. Ordo heading west maybe. STV not taking the opportunity to have a look and bash this power a bit. As I said, I believe they're a newer player. In fact, this might be the replay where the fella said it was his first ever game. It makes sense now, thinking back to it. Here comes the Warboss. Charging. That charge, of course, gives him some health regen and a damage increase of 35% on that power core. That's pretty nuts. Going after those Terminators with the stomp from the cyborg implants, stunning them. Took almost half their hit points there. And that was a warp on it as well. Stuns for days. Orks can change stuns quite well, especially if there's multiple Orc players. You've got the Warboss Big Stomp, you've got the Stick Bombers stun bombs. Weird Boy, you've got the Mech Boys Mega Rumbler thing. They've got some decent control abilities. They just shot a bunch of scouts up, did they? Yeah, that was Ordo trying to get a sneaky cap, I think. Where is Ordo's stuff? Oh, they're running away. Just had a shooting fight with plasma guns, which didn't go well. You need a vehicle, Ordo. Dreadnought almost went down. Almost. Get some Assault Marines. Get some more Assault Marines, I should say. I guess they died in that engagement, actually. And a las cannon or something. Should be okay with it. 223 to 310. 2-to-1 cap here for the blue team. I hear Noise Marines. Oh, they're over it. Yeah, knocked over. What? Knocked him over? Oh, the Weird Boy. Good hit. Can be quite devastating to Marines if it hits all three models. That basic attack. There's plasma cannon damage, I believe. Doom bolts. And a drop pod. And some more Marines for Ordo. Who needs various types of units? Just get Marines. And they got absolutely wrecked. You don't want to drop a drop pod into an enemy army if you can't support them immediately. Force Commander here now fully kitted out. Chainsword and Storm Shield. Artificer armor and a teleporter pack. A strange combo. Not often you see a teleporter pack with the Chainsword and Storm Shield. Bashing power at the Orks. If it blows up and burns, they're happy. If it bleeds, even better. Apothecary on capping duty now. beatSTV being outmaneuvered a bit. Their Marines got beat up and they have no way to repair this Dreadnought right now. Should be purchasing scouts or asking allies to repair or something. How do I repair a Dread? Says beatSTV. Definitely a new player. Says it right there. We'll start somewhere, Beat. We'll start somewhere. Chaos Sorcerers level 4 for OHUEVATOR and Helibrate level 6. Done some great work with that Sword of Flame. Apologies for the coughings. 191 to 293. Nice to see mimema helping out and not yelling at the new player there. beatSTV is getting the tier 3 upgrade, though, so can't purchase units right now. Warboss getting stuck into those Terminators, who do have an auto cannon now. 178 to 293. Blue team pushing through. Warboss is soaking up so much damage here. Blast Noise Marines now. Just shooting at walls, okay. What were they even aiming at? That wouldn't have hit anyone. That was a good hit. Smoke grenade really saved those guys. 173 to 290. West side, we have another drop pod. Oh, that's maybe just the reinforcement one. We have some scouts though, but they're not repairing. More Chaos Terminators this time from Helibrate, and they are getting an autocannon as well. Surprised none of them are getting claws, or at least waiting to see if Nob Squads get on the field. We do have some flash kits here from mimema with Git Finders on the way. The best ever name for a unit upgrade. 1-to-1 cap. Red team might be able to get onto this VP. We haven't seen a lot of it. Haven't seen a lot of the teams getting on as natural VPs. Meanwhile, Ordo, with Marines everywhere and some Stern Guard, is bashing power, loading in those Vengeance rounds. Got a missile launcher and a plasma gun too. Speaking of plasmas, here's some. Using the Annihilation no fear to try and tank, but they really need the Force Commander there. Dreadnought is now getting repairs. How long has that Dreadnought been out of action? And beatSTV is kind of holding their own over here. Until right at this moment anyway. Those Marines are out of there. There is full auto on the Force Commander's face. Meanwhile, in the mid, red team are making moves towards the VP, but blue team coming out in force. Big stomp from the Warboss. Terminator's in trouble, dropping models, and they are so expensive to reinforce. 50 power each, I think. I saw some blasters there from the flash kits. There's that Chaos Terminator demoralization when things die. Those guys taken out by a Catachin grenade launcher. I don't think I've ever seen Terminators finished off by a Catachin grenade launcher before. Here's a rocket run from Piluco into a Rocks. Although the second run kind of knocked everything out of it. Nice idea. But I should have waited for the second run there. And here's a Lehman Russ now for Piluco. Librarian on the way for Ordo. Red team just took a hammering in the mid. Big hammering. Are these new Terminators? Yes, they are. Because they're purchasing an autocannon. So OHUEVATOR did lose some completely. Oh, those are the guys that got hit by the grenade launcher. I thought those were Helibrates. But they're here. Alive. Not really alive and well, but alive. Mines dropped in. That's a Lord Commissar's global ability. And once they arm, they're going to start exploding. Dreadnought now back in play. Almost level 3. 105 to 269. Not sure if Red Team can keep the pressure up though. They lost a lot there. And now they're up against a Lehman Russ. That Dreadnought, which is almost level 3. Lord Commissar is down though, level 7. And that's a big loss for the blue team in the field. Warboss trying to get that natural power back. There's a Lehman Russ in the mid. Getting some repairs from those guardsmen, I guess. And we do see the Vanquisher. Just seems like the better all-round upgrade really compared to the Executioner. Executioner is good. It's a bloody plasma gunning, but Vanquisher, that range and that increased fire rate, it's nice. Warboss so close to level 5. Hang in there, lads, says Mimema. Happy with that last engagement. Librarian now charging in from Ordo as a power melee weapon is taking a lot of damage here. So much damage. Those Catachins have been amazing. Force Commander went down. Red team pushing the west side very, very hard now. First time I think we've seen Helibrate or OHUEVATOR actually come over here. Piluco too. They've kind of left Beat and Ordo to it. There's an orbital all in the same place though. Rookie mistake there from Beat. You should spread out your orbital beams. So if the first one does hit, it's going to knock everything all over the place, and the others won't. Scouts here are okay, and I think the Dreadnought's going to get away there, level 3. 83 to 238, 2-to-1 cap here for the blue team, but they've got a lot of VPs to make up. Another flash squad with more blasters. Excellent against blobs of heavy and super heavy infantry. Predator tank here for Beat. And a bunker, looks like it's a repair bunker. Because it's not healing those orcs. Boom bolts from downtown, takes out a stormtrooper. These guys level 4. Blue team have defended their VP here. Healing please. Oh, I thought it was already upgraded. It is all upgraded. It's a repair one. I don't think you can change the upgrade once you've done it. I don't think you can. I think Piluco saying wait means that they are waiting for the cooldown to get another bunker. Got some Marco Tzeentch CSM here for OHUEVATOR. And some more. And a Land Raider Phobos. Is it gonna go? Looks like it's heading to the west side there. Red team getting a natural back. 2-to-1 though for blue, and decapping blue's natural thanks to a teleporting sorcerer. Oh, didn't get the decap. Had to get out of there. Some buildable cover from Piluco. Yeah, those guys can't wait for the bunker, have to retreat off and reinforce. Can Red team push against this? They have no real... Oh, I was going to say they have no real disruption, but they now have a plasma cannon. It's pointing in a bad direction. But they have something. Trying to flank around a bit is Ordo, should be waiting for allies, I think. Librarian fires off a smite, which does basically nothing. Lord Commissar should have been standing around the Orks to help heal them up a little bit. Now has the Fist of Brockus with None Shall Fall, and of course that Flak Jacket. For some inspiring of terror. Here's the Land Raider Warboss taking big shots already from the enemy tanks. Look at that. Look at that. He's getting wrecked. Level 8 Lord Commissar being stunned. Land Raider Warboss is in massive trouble and goes down. Goes down. Basically did nothing. As soon as you see your Land Raider taking shots from a vanquished Leman Russ, you back it the hell up. Did not do that. And loses it. Is that a Sigil of the Rift thing? It is. Hasn't dissuaded the red team from sitting here and fighting though, losing that Land Raider. He got the VP. And we have triple flash kits from mimema. Where is the Warboss? He's on the VP dead. Terminator's teleporting away. Lots of auto cannons. Level 2 flash kits. Dreadnought level 3 backing away here, taking shots though. And Chaos Predator with the Mark of Nurgle. Now targeted by the Leman Russ. And that repair bunker doing some good work. Can the Leman Russ chase that thing down? I hear another orbital is over here. Slightly more spread. Did a decent job on the Orks. Got rid of them at least, or some of them. Weird Boy might fall on retreats. 6 hit points, 2 hit points, gets away. And look at the damage from the flash kits on those guys. It's painful. Librarian moving in with the Force Staff up. Red team hitting back pretty well here. I thought the momentum was gonna drain out of them when that Land Raider got exploded, but they've done great. That's a spotter marker shell thing. Gives you some vision. Pushing through the mid though are some Catachans and some looters. Best of friends. Boombolts gets a decent hit on some stormtroopers. I don't see another bunker. 21 to 131. Blue team need to push somewhere. We do have an attempt at decapping. Havocs need to move up a bit. And they need to get close to spot the Catachans. There we go. Now that they're capping, they will be spotted. Can they stop that cap though? Not sure if they have the raw damage to get those Catachans out there. Those fellas are level 4. They've seen some stuff. Level 7 Sorcerer with the Tome of Subjugation now. For the boy Veta, and we just saw a warp fire rip through those flash kits. Blue team needs to start decapping. Something should be decapping. There we go. It is stormtroopers on the case, and they have got the red team, I think, completely out of there. Warp vomit for the Chaos Terminators, and taking massive amounts of damage now. Wow, that was without the Weird Boy shooting too. There we go. I have to finish him off here. 94 hit points. Yep, they got it done. Not sure what got the last hit. Librarian trying to help with the smite. 15 to 94. It's a single cap for the blue team, and they are trying to make it a double. But it's going to be a 2 to 1. Red team getting a natural back. Those Catachans did some work. Barely got away there with the sergeant and his melter gun. But the sorcerer eats an improvised explosive and keeps on capping the natural. 14 to 86. Single cap for red. You guys need to cap. I think the librarian knocked him off it with his force barrier maybe. A late Razorback here. A shrewd choice for Beat, but they have tons of resources to spend and they're not doing it. Grab another tank or a plasma cannon or another whirlwind. Helibrate severely depleted and is not purchasing things. Did they think the game was over? Blue team are on 1 VP. Uh-oh. I think the Dreadnought's going to go down. Beat is not paying attention to it and down it goes. do have some Assault Terminators though, they must have been looking over here. Fighting some Bloodletters, those are demonic summoning Bloodletters I think, and a late game Death Dread. And now a War Truck. 1-to-1 cap. Just need to get that one VP off them, the red team. Blue team are getting a natural back and they still have the contested. Commissar's going in. There's None Shall Fall. So these models will lose health, but they won't die for the duration. It's quite a long duration. At least it was. Maybe it was adjusted. You need to revive body. There we go. Gonna get that Commissar to level 10. Or is it? The plasma cannon has other ideas. Need to go and grenade that guy or artillery shell him in the face. Still confused about those guys' faces. Is that just meant to be like male pattern baldness, or is something glitched on their heads here? I'm not sure. Death Dread's gonna go down. Another Land Raider Warboss from OHUEVATOR. And a third on the way for Helibrate. Chaos Terminator taking a beating. Wanna shoot at the War Truck, buddy. That's you. No? Okay. Leman Russ. Oh, Leman Russ is laying in wait to wreck the Warboss, which has no support right now. What is going on? Assault Terminator is pushing through. Trying to get a decap, I think. Looks like... oh, subjugated. Yeah, turn them around. Use that teleport if it's not used already. Probably is, though. Okay. Maybe we can get a model at least off these fellas. The west side is still blue. 1 to 37 with a 2-to-1 cap for them. The team needs some... need to just rush everything to the west side maybe. Oh, there's another bunker here. Maybe not. They literally just need a second of a 2-to-1 cap or a single cap or something. Blue team are defending both VPs with their lives. Double CSM get caught in a big blob. And that would have been nasty tank buster barrage if they didn't get knocked back there. 1 to 18. Blue team might be able to do this here. I think they will, you know. Whole bunch of flash kits on the prowl. Supported by a war truck. Mimema can barely contain their excitement. I don't think red team have anything left. I think they've run out of momentum. They are too dispersed here and don't have time. Don't have time to push an area. There it is. The blue team get it with a single VP. And if this was beatSTV's first ever game, they did incredibly well. Piluco's Commissar got to level 10, was always solid in mid. Some good purchases, great usage of the Catechins do. Mimema with the Flash Kit Blob, which really did a number on the Chaos armies. Ordo with a level 6 Apothecary. We had a level 8 Sorcerer here. And the return of OHUEVATOR, I assume it's him or them, whoever it is, got to level 8, but suffers defeat. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.